welcome to a very special anniversary show celebrating Lorraine Kelly's 40 years in TV.
I know, now Christine. Christine and I are taking over. We've kept Lorraine in her dressing room until now. She has absolutely no idea what's ahead.
Petrified.
Should we let her out?
Yeah,
I think it's time.
Shall we? Oh my God, look at everybody.
Lorraine, it's time to get the party started.
Gosh. What's it like? Just what are the memories when you look back? There must be so much you forget, weirdly.
I know, and this is so lovely because, you know, I mean, I might have mentioned it that I'm a granny, might have just mentioned it, but this is going to be so lovely to show Billy. You know, when she's old enough, I can do that. And as well with the documentary tonight, I can actually show her. It'll be like the most amazing photo album.
Of course it will.
You know what I mean? But it's it just feels like it's gone by in a flash. And I've been so incredibly lucky because mainly with the people that I work with, you know, all of these incredible people, my great team. It's a joy to come into work every morning, an absolute joy.
I know, and we know that you feel that way, and they feel that way about you. And just looking at a lot of those clips, there's a lot of TVAM, obviously. Appointment to View television back in the day. I mean, it was the first thing we put on back home. I grew up watching you doing all of those interviews. What are your memories of that time? Because it was such a pivotal time in television.
Was incredible.
Really.
We were just seeing there Mike Morris, what an amazing guy, so underrated, the kindest, most generous person, and taught me so much, Christine, because, you know, television, as we know, can be difficult sometimes, and it shouldn't be. You know, everybody should just treat each other properly and with kindness and respect and all of that. And I learned that from Mike and from like Van Diamond and Nick, you know, all of these incredible people. And I would always say that to people, be a sponge, soak up everything that's going around you, you know, make sure you're doing that. But back then, we got huge names because Terry Wogan had a show for the BBC, and our booker used to stand outside and basically go, Kirk Douglas, do you want to come on our show? You can come and talk about anything you like. And back then they didn't have entourages.
They sponged up guests.
So they would just come, so you'd get Lauren Bacall and Sammy Davis Jr. and, you know, Burt Lancaster and all these amazing
all these
people.
incredible people. Well, another incredible person wants to have a chat with us now. Someone that's known you long, long before you were on the telly. It's your brother, Graham, Lorraine.
Graham
yes.
Graham Kelly.
There he
You never told me anything about
Graham Kelly.
I always call him Graham Kelly.
Graham, thank you so much for joining us, Graham. What we want to know is, dish the dirt. What was she like as a little girl? More importantly, what was she like as a big sister?
Oh, God.
As a big sister, well, a lot of things that I remember. She was always on the go, just full of energy, whether it was going to ballet lessons when she was younger, whether it was later on as a school prefect.
Look at Graham.
There's a lot of pictures that you'll see, and yeah, cracking pictures. Some of them are famous in her book, where she looks a little bit demonic, but that was very unusual. That was a very unusual picture. So she looks demonic. Look at this.
I know, but I was horrible to you because
you were not.
I was horrible, and you were just an angel. I mean, I was 6 when Graham came along, and I was the spoiled princess. And then he came along, and he was the most beautiful baby you've ever seen in your life. Big blue eyes, chubby cheeks you wanted to bite, and I think I did badly, and blonde hair. People would stop my mother in the street, as she told me 100 times, to say how gorgeous he was. But I was horrible to you. I used to nip you, didn't I?
Oh, we got over that, though, didn't we?
The trade-off was I got to learn a lot about good music. I pretty much know every David Bowie song off by heart. You wanted me to spill the dirt? Bay City Rollers.
No, I never.
Maybe not everyone knows this, but Lorraine was a huge fan, to the extent there was a tartan factory near where we lived. And she used to try and persuade me, go and get some cut-offs because I want to put them all over my clothes. And it was huge white flares with tartan strips. So that's the dirt.
That's the way to do it.
That's all dirt I have to dish.
We're getting looks from Mark Hayes over here in the corner. Graham, we've tonight we're going to see your lovely mum on the TV as well. She's in this evening's very special documentary celebrating Lorraine, and we have got an exclusive clip.
I've not seen this. So we've got hardly any pictures of when I was really little, because back then you didn't really take that many pictures. I love that. That is brilliant. I'm such a wee dumpling. I remember that dress. I remember that dress vividly.
I used to put her hair in ringlets. Imagine the Gorbals, a wee girl walking about with her ringlets in and a nice wee dress. Look at her, oh my goodness.
Now at TVAM, like we say, you find yourself interviewing many of the bands you grew up listening to. Yes. So the Spandau Ballet and Duran Duran, the list went on. And of course, one of your all-time favourites, Frankie Goes to Hollywood, frontman Holly Johnson is here, Lorraine. Come on in, Holly.
No chance. He's here. Oh my God, Holly! Oh, you wonderful man. Thank you so much. You've got me a cake. I mean, it's every
welcome, Holly. Take a seat.
You go
Hello, Christy.
Oh, Holly, I was pretending right up to the end there that you weren't here in person, and here you are. You've got a cake and you've got Holly.
Gorgeous,
come on.
I'm eating all of this. Nobody's getting it. It's all for me.
Holly, just as that was playing, The Power of Love, it's your favourite song of all time, isn't
That
it?
song to me, that's Christmas. And when I watch it, I get really emotional.
I know you love that song.
I love it so much. Well, I love all you
I'm
do.
loving your turquoise velvet.
Do you like it?
Yeah.
I'm glad.
And Holly, of course, Lorraine has interviewed you many times over the years.
Over the years.
And it's someone that you've always felt really comfortable with.
Absolutely.
Oh, that's nice.
I love the way she's always maintained her Glasgow accent and the down-to-earth personality. I think that's why we all love you.
Oh, that's so nice of you. I really appreciate that, you saying that, because I mean, you're super, super cool. I mean, I remember watching it all, and that's the thing, I get so excited, especially bands that I love and that I've gone to see, and then I get a chance to talk to them.
Exactly. And there were, like we say, the Spandau Ballet and Duran Duran, all of these sort of
Cure,
Human League, all of these big, big names that you love to listen to, and then you have the chance to have a relationship
Exactly,
with.
and you get to talk to people. That's astonishing. Especially when a song like that song, like I said to you, it's one of my favourite all time. It's so beautiful. The emotion in your voice.
Absolutely.
It is.
Lorraine, I hear you've been in this business for 40 years. So you're a newcomer then, really?
Lovely, lovely Lorraine. Happy 40th year in broadcasting. Absolutely unbelievable. How is that possible? God bless you.
Isn't that lovely? Welcome back. That's Tom Jones and Gary Barlow there, joining us to celebrate Lorraine's 40th anniversary on our screens. Now, Christine and I have taken over this morning, and right now it's back to a time when dial-up internet and chunky shoes were all the rage. We'll explain here. It's Lorraine in the 90s. Somebody who remembers those GMTV days is our lovely Kate Garraway.
I do.
And that Spice Girls moment was iconic, and you remember that as well, Kate?
I do. I remember it was iconic, and it was iconic because the Spice Girls were huge, but it was Lorraine's involvement. That's the thing about you.
I know.
You make everything better and bigger, and with such good spirit
I don't know how I
fun
managed
as
to
well.
stand up.
It was just amazing.
I did show my knickers, but they were clean.
So that's what matters. That's
It was
what
fine,
you
it
brought
was
up
fine.
right.
They were clean to
And
me.
Kate, of course, you shared, and poor soul, you shared a dressing room with Lorraine. I don't know how
Messiest
you survived.
woman in the world.
Isn't she?
Messiest
Kate.
woman in the world. But it's okay.
I remember being a massive fan of Lorraine. It was one of the most exciting things for my mum when I joined.
Yeah.
And then I found out I was sharing a dressing room. I was so excited, but I couldn't quite warn her of the horrors to come because she's so lovely, so organised, so tidy and so nice. And I remember one time when I was pregnant with Darcy. Do you remember you came into the dressing room and I was lying on the floor because I had a gap while you were on air before a meeting. And you were like, for goodness sake, this is ridiculous. And actually, I thought, because I'm making that place even more of a mess, because you were worried about me.
Yeah.
And you organised a sofa to go into our shared dressing room, which was tiny. You said, if you ever need to lie down. And that's the thing. She's so professional, but also, like you see on the screen, just always looking after everybody else. I never forgot that. I never forgot
And
that.
the thing is, in television sex, people have an idea of people are sort of fighting against each other and elbowing each other out of the way.
Crazy.
I know.
But I have to say, sort of as our queen of daytime, for anybody who comes in, you follow Lorraine's lead because there is a kindness at your heart.
Don't you think there has to be, though? There needs to be, and that's that thing I'm always banging on about always put your hand out to someone else. Because it happened to all of us. We've all got people in our lives who've helped us along the way. And I just want to, because I feel incredibly lucky, just pass it on.
Well, all the big boy bands would appear on GMTV. We saw the biggest girl band there, didn't we, in the Spice Girls, but the boy bands too were huge. Now, do you remember this moment? You were at home. Yeah, when Rosie just would not let go of Brian McFadden from Westlife. This is actually hilarious, isn't it?
So funny. He just, honestly, they were so young at the time. We were doing a surprise with their mothers. And Rosie was there in the studio. And she just, look, she's like a wee tree frog.
Well, I think
she
it's
wouldn't let go
also
of him.
testimony to you because you were a very normal mum with her and she was reacting like any normal little girl who had seen Westlife.
Well,
it was so sweet.
Isn't it? And Brian couldn't be here today, but he has sent us a message for you.
Oh.
Hi Lorraine, it's Brian. I can't believe 40 years. How have you been on TV for 40 years when you only look like you're 32? I still remember the first time I went on your show and your beautiful daughter Rosie came over and sat on my shoulder for the whole interview. Look, it's been an honour to know you and to be a little part of that history with you as well, and to have been interviewed by you so many times. I wish you all the best. Love you, Lorraine.
Well, look, it's time for another surprise guest
goodness me.
Joining us live from the studio where he records his podcast, Pop Top 10, Rylan is with us this morning. Good morning, Rylan. So good to see you. How are you doing?
I'm good, gorgeous. Lorraine, congratulations, babe. Honestly, I wouldn't have been there if I weren't in the studio to give you a cuddle, but it's so lovely to see you, and congrats to you, babes.
Rylan, your first TV appearance during X Factor was with Lorraine.
That's right.
It was the morning after I got eliminated from the show. I was on Daybreak with Lorraine, and I've got very fond memories of that. I couldn't wash my hair that morning. I had so much gel in it. I remember apologising to Lorraine, going, my head feels like a helmet. I do apologise, but after no sleep and a very husky voice and 3 sets of teeth later, I was glad it was with you.
Because then, of course, Rylan, your first presenting job was with Lorraine as well. She's been there at the beginning of everything.
It was, yeah. I got given the job on Daybreak to cover for Dickie Arnold the week after that I left X Factor, and it was with Lorraine and Alid. And that was my very first ever presenting job. And it was only a week after I finished X Factor. And I remember both Lorraine and Alid and all of the Daybreak team were just so lovely to me. What a little apprenticeship that was. I loved it.
Right, you were in very good hands. And you've always felt that way, though, Rylan, haven't you? You've always felt Lorraine's just been a proper ally.
Absolutely. I mean, listen, I've had the pleasure of working with Lorraine for a good few years now, and we've actually hosted This Morning together, which was amazing.
That was great.
And it was so fun. And the best thing about hosting This Morning with Lorraine was realising that as much as Lorraine is this lovely woman on the TV, she has got the pottiest mouth on telly. She's a potty mouth. But that's what made me love her more. I'm like, she's real. She's a real person. If I could have a tenth of what you've had in this industry, I'll be a very happy boy. So massive congratulations, Lorraine, honestly.
Thank you, Angel. I'm so proud of you.
Hi, Lorraine. Graham Norton here, wishing you a very happy 40th anniversary. Long may you reign over us.
40 years? 40! 40 years?
Yes.
She must have started when she was 5.
Yeah, that would be the maths. That
Wow.
would be it.
Wow.
Huge congratulations. I hope to see you soon. And lots and lots of love. Mwah!
More stars there congratulating Lorraine as we continue to celebrate her 40th anniversary celebrations.
It's amazing, but I'll tell you what, the biggest thing that's ever happened to me is baby Billy. That is the bestest thing ever, to see your baby having a baby. It's been, I mean, what a year.
What a year you've had. Well,
Amazing.
now, a good friend of yours wanted to drop in and congratulate you himself. So it's Alid Jones.
Alid! For goodness sake! Hello, darling.
Hi, Granny Smith.
Hello. Now, Alid, listen, and obviously we're going to get on to, we all work together, but actually, do you remember the first time Lorraine interviewed you?
Do we have to go here?
Yes.
She and I were a little bit younger. It was early 90s, wasn't it?
No, look, Holly Jones is a child. Oh, my gosh. You look like that fella from Game of Thrones. You know?
I'm not even going to go there with you.
I know what's going on. There's an animal on my head. I don't understand what's happening. We giggled.
You haven't changed a bit.
No, neither of you. And you know they said I was a potty mouth. You want to hear this one?
Oh, this one.
Thank
Alid,
you.
we all know that.
Thank you
but
very
listen,
much.
Alid, those, as we've heard this morning, you know, those moments when you first get to be interviewed by Lorraine, you first get to meet her, these are moments in our lives that are milestones, aren't they?
Absolutely. She's the best in the business. I've always told her that, and I'm lucky to know her as a friend, you know, but she's a brilliant journalist, a really kind person. And as I learned so much sitting next to her. But, you know, if they'd put what we actually talked about during the break on air, it would have been a different show.
It would have been late night, uncensored, unleashed.
Late night.
And do you
but we had a lot of fun.
And do you have a favourite moment with Lorraine?
Well, do you know what? After the end of the show, as you know, sometimes Lorraine and I would have to go to the cinema and watch a movie because somebody would be coming on the next day. And I'll never forget, it was the second day and we went to watch a movie together. We were sitting in the front row together. And then there was this really long love scene. And
it was a sex scene. It was naughty.
We were sitting there. It was like watching it with your sister. It was
rather
very
explicit. Oh my goodness me! And
but
listen,
also, you know, for me, one of the highlights was when she pretended she could sing, and we did a Fairy Tale of New York.
Oh, that was terrible. Well, you were good.
Well,
I just
you were better than me, I thought. You know.
I just shouted.
Well, listen, Aled, have you got any? No, you've whispered that she's going to have to sing again in a minute.
Oh dear.
Lorraine's going to perform as Owl. What tips have you got?
Pretend you're Mariah Carey.
Oh, there's a story. There's a story and a half.
Listen,
she'll be brilliant. She's always brilliant at whatever she does.
Singing us out is the one and only Lorraine Kelly as